the starting lineup. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And for the Hornets, Bridges and Williams holding down those forward positions. Batum is out there with Terry Rozier. And it's Zeller in at the 5. Now, here's Rozier. Pass to Bridges. Back to Rozier. Pass to Batum. Just 5 to shoot. Charlotte needs to get a shot. Bridges misses. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the 76ers.
For so long, the Hornets have been a perimeter-oriented team. Chris, now they need to find an impact big man.
Yeah, well, Jay, remember, they did have a couple of good years with Al Jefferson, where he was a force inside. But that was the last time the team made the playoffs. More balance in their attack would do wonders for this offense.
And so it's the 76ers getting on the board first. Drills it from outside.
Oh, man, elevating his passing ability. Dimes like this from Rozier help him establish chemistry with his guys.
And it's Simmons, that time on the assist by Richardson.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here's Rozier. Here's Zeller. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
He has great body control for a big man. Zeller takes the hit, but keeps on finishing.
Richardson outside. Pass to Simmons. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the first. The 76ers need to get off a shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Yeah, first year for Coach Borrego as a head coach, but he had a solid start. He's from the Popovich coaching tree. He was given the reins of the Hornets, and he was tasked with improving their offense.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Biyombo is checked in for Zeller. Washington comes in for Marvin Williams. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Miles Bridges. And it's Malik Monk in for Nicholas Batum. Now here's Kidd-Gilchrist. Here's Biyombo out to the right wing. Rozier for 3. Bolden pulls it in. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Embiid dishes to Simmons. Embiid trying to break loose. No good from Simmons.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
17 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And Simmons slams it in.
And 6'10" Simmons, I mean, he has some insane handles. He's phenomenal at creating for himself.
Now Monk. From deep three-point range, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The game is evolving, and Al Horford has changed his game along with it.
It never occurred to me that I'd be shooting.
And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, what do you think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Setting the pace early, GA. I like this aggressive mind state. I love this approach so far.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Smith and Harris are out on the wing. Then it's Simmons. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Bolden in at the power forward position. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. The city hosted the All-Star game last season, but for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension for Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot.
Now, here's Rozier. Following the missed shot by Tobias Harris. Shot clock at 2. A second chance effort. Washington passes to Biyombo. Kid Gilchrist against Smith, and Kid Gilchrist kicks to Monk from deep, and that one is off. Now the 76ers take it the other way.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Bolden can't get it to go. Charlotte trailing. 44 seconds left now here in the second. Monk for 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
And he hasn't been able to do much damage outside the three-point line. Just 1 triple for him in the game, and that was back in the first quarter.
Simmons finds Harris. 76ers moving the ball around. Knocks it loose. The Hornets have gone an abysmal 0 of 6 from the field since the second quarter began. And the pass to Monk. To end the drought. That one, no good.
It isn't the D that causes that miss. That's just a loss of concentration.
And some good
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal. And for the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Ben Simmons really making a difference here.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Williams and Zeller make up the front court. Terry Rozier is out there with Batum, and it's Bridges in at the small forward position. So that's who James Borrego starts the second half with.
Well, you look at the career of Tobias Harris, and he's bounced around a bit. Has never slowed his development or production, though. You put him anywhere, and he'll find a way to help his team.
That one is off. And with Harris, he's been moved so many times. You know what, Greg? You forget he's still quite young.
Yeah, I mean, he really is just starting to enter what should be the prime of his career. Has improved every offseason and is a great rebounder and scorer.
See, well, we've heard some people criticize the league's obsession with the three-pointer, saying the game is less fun to watch. You and I have talked to coaches who do not like the style of play. Would you agree with that?
You know what, I do, Kev, but it's all in the way that to happen. So let's talk about a team like Golden State, okay? Golden State shoots so many threes, right? But they don't shoot the most threes, and they have the best ball movement, and they still take the most number of twos. And so they have a balanced game. Now, they had 3 of the best shooters last season out of any team maybe in the history of the game. And they don't take the most threes, but then you have teams that have every guy shooting under 30%, and they're shooting 100 threes with no ball movement. Yeah, something's backwards. It's still about playing basketball and shooting threes, not shooting threes during a game that happens to be a basketball game, if that makes any sense.
It does. Perfect sense. Offensive rebound. Second chance shot. And Simmons with the layup. Simmons got the lead up to 5 now for the 76ers.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable.
Hernan Gomez is checked in for Zeller. The 76ers also with a sub. Scott's checked in. Embiid against Hernan Gomez. Outside, Batum. It doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Richardson. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play. Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Rozier. Good D by Embiid.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against him. That's just great work inside.
It's Richardson on the wing, defended by Batum. Richardson the pass to Simmons. Over Rozier. Off the left rim and out. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for Charlotte. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half. Hernan Gomez, no good.
The D making that layup looked very uncomfortable for him. Good aggressive work down low.
And that one's good. Simmons.
His teammates keep getting him the ball in his favorite spots. He's done a lot for his shooting percentage.
Now, here's Rozier. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Looking to end the run. No good on that one. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be back with you shortly. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And so in the game for the 76ers, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. Plenty of daylight on that shot. 6 points for Miles Bridges.
Capable of scorching you from the perimeter. When Bridges has a great look, he takes advantage.
Here's Simmons. Oh, that's blocked. And they'll keep possession. And he's able to get it back. And here's Batum. Pass to Monk. Chalk up 2 there.
And one of the more underrated elements of his game. This is a guy that's always in control. Love seeing him finish even with the contact.
Richardson outside. Zeller grabs the board. Hornets trail by 5. And Batum kicks to Bridges. And it's off from 3-point range. For Philadelphia, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Richardson finds Harris. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth. Hornets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Pass to Zeller. Monk with the ball. Over Simmons. And the Hornets miss again.
Even when the D is playing off of him, the mid-range jumper shouldn't be the shot they're looking for.
And it's good, 2 points.
He's a tricky player. He's so difficult to guard. Simmons excels at going with the floater at the right time.
Charlotte calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth quarter. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Ben Simmons.
And he's grabbed this game with both hands and just never let it go. I mean, he scored a huge percentage of their points. He hadn't been the main guy for him. He's been the only guy for them.
There must be something about playing in a hostile environment that drives it. He is really fed off that. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. James Borrego had some words for his team over the break. He told them they have to keep fighting. He said, hey, look, we're right here, but we can't make mistakes. You got to be aggressive and smart. Back to you guys.
He's a real menace underneath. Once Simmons gets established position, you basically have to whack him.
Good on the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
I mean, you got to love the skill set Simmons possesses. A nightly triple-double threat. He stuffs the stat sheet.
Here's Rozier. 36 seconds left in the game. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Passes to Richardson. And he goes right over Miles Bridges and slams it down.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
Just so precise off the pass. I like how Bridges prepares himself to shoot as the ball is coming his way.
Simmons against Rozier. Outside, Simmons. So Philadelphia wins it. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that'll do it, folks.